Several questions surrounding human remains and a missing woman in the West Side area. Action News Jax first broke the news to you last night about this death investigation in the Lakeshore area. This morning, the owner of the home where those remains were found was booked into Duval County Jail.
She's charged for threatening to kill someone. Action News Jax Megan Moriarty reports a local mother was reported missing in that same area.
I spoke to that woman's daughter who says that her mother has been missing since last week, and she was notified by detectives yesterday that her mother's remains were found. That same woman last seen in this area, and you can see here behind me still an active crime scene as detectives were out here at 3 p.m. yesterday, so all the way more than 12 hours later. The woman who owns the home surrounded with crime scene tape is currently being held in Duval County Jail without bond. 43-year-old Shannon McCarthy did not appear in court today as a judge read her charges and hinted that more could be on the way.
I know she's not charged with it, but the victim is now found deceased. Did you see that?
The sheriff's office responded to Colonial Avenue yesterday afternoon and located human remains on the front porch of McCarthy's home. Our Action News Jax law and safety expert Dale Carson says the heat could play a role in identifying the cause of death.
Not identification, because that's fairly swift today. What it will do, however, is make it much more difficult to determine the cause of death. And that's critical here, because if you're going to charge somebody, you got to know that it wasn't natural causes.
McCarthy was taken into custody this morning on a February warrant for sending written threats to kill. The victim information in that report is redacted. A judge revoked McCarthy's bond based on a previous case from January, in which she's charged with battery on 43-year-old Heather Shepard, according to a police report from JSO. Heather's daughter didn't want to do a formal interview, but told me her mother had been missing since last week, and she was told that her remains were believed to have been found yesterday on Colonial Avenue, where McCarthy lives. Neighbors say they haven't seen Heather recently.
It's been about 2 weeks. I saw her outside.
The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office has not yet made a comment on the human remains or whether or not they've been positively identified. We'll continue to update you on this story on Action News Jax at 10 and 11. For local coverage you can count on in Lakeshore, Megan Moriarty, Action News Jax.